crowd yet in Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
but I
but I
know
know
that
that
that's
that's
where a
where
lot
a
of
lot of
people are
people are
really
really
talking
talking
about
about
this.
this.
And
Right.
so
And
it's
so
great
it's
to be
great
able
to be
to
able to
share it
share
with
it with
my
my
social
social
media
media
as
as
well.
well. Yeah, I know. It's exciting for sure.
So now
So
that
now
we're
that we're
on,
on,
I'm going to
I'm going to
introduce
introduce
you. This
you.
is
This is
Lavida
Lavida
at
at
EQ.Exchange,
EQ.Exchange,
which is
which
an
is an
incredible
incredible
platform.
platform.
Thank you
Thank you
for
for
joining me
joining me
today.
today. I'm happy to be here.
Um,
Um,
we're
we're
getting a
getting a
note
note
to
to
change
change
to
to
fix
fix
our
our
audio.
audio.
Let's see. Are you
Okay.
ahead? I'm on
I'm on.
talking. Check one. Oh, there. Did it go? Did
Is
that
that
work?
is that how it works?
Oh, it's so much better. Excellent.
Okay. Okay.
We had some back end help. Great. So I made some little notes about how I would love to kind of go through all of this with you.
Yeah.
Um, I want to definitely make some. Obviously, we have an announcement for my NFT, but I also want to just
Okay.
really clarify, like, what does this all mean, and get a little backstory while we get some people on right now. So, how long have you been with EQ Exchange now?
Yeah, so I started with EQ in November of last year. So I think it's like 9 months or so.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's been a cool journey. Like I knew Janice from her previous startup, and then she invited me to work with her at this new one, and it's been really cool.
Awesome. And now you guys just started releasing NFTs probably what, in like April or May?
Yes, so we had the kickoff at South by Southwest, and that's where Ashanti had announced that she was going to be co-owner in the company and that she would be launching the debut NFT collection that was on EQ.
Wow. So she is co-owner and she did the debut NFT launch with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull that site up in the background because she came up with several different tiers of NFTs, didn't she?
Yeah, it was so cool because basically her NFTs worked as like access passes. So depending on which NFT that you had, that is how you're going to be able to access like different types of, um, like perks, whether it's like having meet and greet with her or getting like free concert tickets or getting to walk the red carpet with her and stuff like that.
Amazing. Well, that's cool. I mean, there are some like super basic things we can get out of the way. Like NFT means non-fungible token,
Yeah,
aka it's like a digital thing.
right.
And then recently, because I've been kind of signed up with you guys, just like in the queue of as we've been developing this for a few months, I saw that we started calling them MEGs,
Nice.
MEGs, so
Yeah.
mutual exchange of gifts.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about how that came to be, and is that the same thing?
Yeah, so essentially, the way the term Meg came about is basically like Janice always felt like, okay, NFT is like super like technical and it doesn't necessarily mean anything to the average person, but really the essence of NFTs and Web3 is that they're a mutual exchange of gifts. So it's that exchange between fans and the artist in terms of providing experiences for them, and obviously like in return the fans are paying for the NFT, so it's like fans are supporting artists throughout their entire careers, but besides maybe getting like the music and some other things, they don't really get much in return, so NFTs kind of provide an opportunity for them to be able to capitalize on the experiences they have in a way that is like really unique.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, I wanted to, before we go any further, I want to talk about EQ Exchange a little bit and ask what makes it different from other platforms that are offering artists NFT opportunities.
That's a fantastic question. So, first of all, EQ is a platform that is very user friendly. So, that's one of the bigger differences between us and others. And also, it's completely mobile friendly as well. So, you could be anywhere in the world and be able to utilize the platform and be able to purchase the crypto and have the crypto wallet and all from your smartphone. The other thing is EQ is built on the Celo blockchain. So with that, CeeLo is really, really concerned with protecting the environment and providing financial initiatives for underdeveloped countries, and also having food initiatives for people that need it. And so for them, it's beyond just being a cryptocurrency. It's about changing the world. And then lastly, with EQ, there's a specific type of community that we're building within not just the company, but of course, like with the artists and their fan bases in terms of properly what we call onboarding people and bridging the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. So there's a big emphasis on education and just making sure that from the artists all the way to the fans and beyond, that there is an integral understanding of what's happening um, at the micro scale, but also the macro scale as well.
Awesome. And if you can give us like a quick blurb for anybody who doesn't know about Janice Taylor, like why is it so special that she started this thing?
Yeah, Janice Taylor is amazing. So, for those who don't know, she is a three-time tech entrepreneur based in Vancouver, Canada. And look at that. Look at Jada. So yes, so he made a point that she's probably the only fully female-owned music NFT platform. So there are a bunch of different Web3 platforms, but in terms of like the music landscape, she's really like the sole one. So it's really great having her, and of course, like, she brought Shanti on board. And she is someone who, it's funny because a lot of times when you look at crypto companies or Web3 companies, it's like all like, young, white male crypto bro. And she's someone who comes from like actually more so like tech, but more so like the mental health, like education sphere. So it's really great having like her perspective in this space because she's really focused on the holistic aspect of Web3 and how music and wellness can come together to better the experience for fans and for artists.
Amazing. We talked about Ashanti. I'm going to share my screen really quickly and go to, and just check out what the EQ.Exchange platform looks like.
Yeah,
And we'll use her as an example. Is that cool?
sure. Yes,
Let's
great.
see. Media. I'm going to go screen share. Let's see. A tab. Let's do this one. Great. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that looks okay.
Yeah,
It
that's
does. Great. So obviously we're at EQ.Exchange, and I've already scrolled through to find her exact offering opportunity. So says Ashanti 20th Gold. It's active. It dropped April 6th. The price is 20 CeLo, as you say, which is about $20. She sold 139 out of 3,000. So this is her really approachable, like anybody can grab
yeah,
one
yeah.
level, which is cool. I guess support now is how you would buy one. Is that
Right,
correct?
correct.
Awesome. Okay, so we scroll down a little bit. There's a description, 20 years since her debut album. So she's just like, okay, we're dropping some things. Let's check out the rewards. She's giving streaming royalties, a chance to win a vinyl, a merch, to win a merch bag, and digital album booklet. So that's cool. And then I see she's supporting Hip Hop Public Health Inc., which is super
Yeah,
cool.
amazing nonprofit.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them yet. Do you know much about them?
So basically, they are a nonprofit that's based in Harlem, and it's actually founded by a medical physician, and he was very passionate about bridging those who are very passionate about hip hop culture and health. And it's really cool how he like integrates music and health in the same space for youth.
Awesome. I love that. So as I scroll down a little bit more, I see more from the artist. So it looks like one is already sold out. There's 0 left. Here's one that's live with only 7 left. So this is more like $1,000 package, or cellos, and then 200. So these essentially are all gonna just have like different levels. So let's look at the mid tier one. That's kind of, if you're like a diehard Ashanti fan and you wanted to like get something really special from her, the diamond package. So we have her description is the same here. Her rewards, so you actually get a significantly bigger streaming royalty for 2 years on her next song, which is cool, or a soon to be announced song. Um, Everything from the original one that we looked at, jump in a Zoom party with her and all the diamond holders, receive the 20th anniversary album vinyl, so that's cool. Personalized merch with video. That's fun. VIP concert tickets to an upcoming show and a viewing party for her upcoming +1 movie. So it's really cool. She's giving us, tangible things and visual participation, as well as like hardcore tickets to just show
Yeah.
up to.
Yeah,
I
sure.
love it. Cool. So I would like to check out on. Let's see. I have notes here. I want to talk through the rewards, which we did. We talked through pricing and digital wallets. Okay, so I see obviously here it wants me to connect a wallet, which I know that I already have. So I don't know why it's showing that right now, but
Yeah.
it probably wants me to like log into either one that I have or. So basically, let's talk really quickly about that. I have a Coinbase wallet. A lot of the people that you know that are even a little bit into the space of cryptocurrency or potentially supporting our friends who are doing NFTs, or if we're creating them as well, probably have a digital wallet already. But correct me if I'm wrong, when you go to a new platform like EQ or like OpenSea or anywhere else, they kind of start a new wallet for you and you can just link it to your other wallets to transfer money from one to the other. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
so essentially, we realize that not everyone is familiar with what happens in the Web3 space, or maybe this is like their very first time trying to purchase an NFT. So we
Mm-hmm.
try to make it as simple as possible. So, like you said, if you're someone who's more of a what we call a crypto native, then you would have a wallet, whether that's MetaMask, Coinbase, or some other one, and then you can just connect that. However, if this is your very first time, creating an account on an NFT platform, then we have something basically that's like a native wallet. So it would just require like an email to be able to make that. So that way
Got it.
it's easy to use.
Perfect. That's easy. Okay, and then you mentioned before the Cello is the currency that one can purchase NFTs on this
Yeah.
platform, and or the MEGs as they're called. And so once we connect our wallet, if we don't have Cello already, we basically can convert another cryptocurrency that we do have, or US dollars from a credit card or debit card,
Yeah.
and turn that to Cello. I
Right.
did notice it's about an equal exchange rate right now.
Yeah. In the bear market, it's about 1 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. And then I also noticed, and anybody who's tried to buy anything on OpenSea, especially with like Ethereum or something like that, there was a gas fee, which I was like, what is this gas fee? I was trying to support my friend with his basically $100 thing, but then it's like an extra $60 of a gas fee.
Oh yeah. So it's funny. In what we call the bull market, which ended a few months ago, yeah, like you said, the gas fee or basically the transaction fees were like really high for cryptocurrency like Ethereum. And that's actually another one of the reasons why we decided to choose Celo, because regardless of whether we're in the bull, which is like the very like aggressive market, or the bear market, which is where we are now, um, it's essentially the gas fees are very negligible for Silo,
Oh,
so
good.
it'll be like cents on cents on cents on cents.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, what exactly? So the purpose of this call today is that we're going to do a live minting. So let's share the opportunity with them. So if you go to EQ.Exchange right now and scroll down, you'll see a list of their opportunities, and this is mine. So you can see it's owned by Ash Music. I have a profile on here, which may or may not be very finished. So I have the Our Time artwork. And I have an option to start minting it, but I'm going to scroll down first.
It's
We
showing
have,
a little blurry to me. I don't know if that's the same. It might just be my signal though.
what did you say?
I said it's looking blurry for me, but it might just be
Oh,
my signal.
okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully it's
Maybe
hopefully
it's
it's
just
just
me. Hopefully it's just
signal.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. And also this is tiny text if you're on your phone. But so if I'm reading it, I basically wanted to update this so that my fans or followers would have a more clear understanding in case they miss this or and just find their way to the website and they want to support. So it says Ash's first NFT non-fungible token release, Our Time, represents the evolution of the 21st century artist-fan relationship and how music can really change the world. The Our Time NFT is a digital token known as a mutual exchange gift, or the MEG, where the purchaser receives rewards and benefits for ownership through a smart contract, which we'll talk more about. And Ash receives funding for upcoming projects as well as contributions to the charity of choice. Once you own the Our Time NFT, it will be visible in your trophies on your EQ profile, and you'll be able to unlock the associated rewards. To purchase the Our Time NFT, one must set up or connect a digital wallet and load or convert funds to Celo, a carbon conscious cryptocurrency. check out the rewards included with this opportunity in the next section and get one while you can. There are only 25. And then I have for my rewards here streaming royalties. So 10% of all of these sales will get divided to the owners, and basically that comes out to 0.4% per token holder for the next 5 years. So as this song continues to grow and create streaming income, the first 10% is going to go to my token holders, which I think is awesome. The merchandise, I got these new fans the other day. I thought there was a picture before. I don't see it right now.
That's funny.
And I don't have one with me, but it's like one of those big fold out hand fans. So like super fun festival fan, keep you cool. Exclusive meet and greet, meet and thank every supporter with a 15-minute face-to-face Zoom call. So this is a one-on-one, basically. You can ask questions, share about yourself, or talk about music. So I can't wait to do that with my friends, family, fans, or just randos who are like, yes, I'll support you, and just get to know, who's out there. And then the recording session access. So basically I will be able to invite holders of this opportunity to sit in remotely on a recording session. So like we can just set up the laptop, and like I'll probably put it on mute or whatever, like
Right.
not mute, but like turn the volume down. So you basically could just be in the room while we're writing, recording, and working on a song, which I think is going to be super fun. And then I'll probably just check in and be like, how's it going? Like, what do you
Yeah.
think? And, engaging. I think it'll
Exactly.
be, yeah. And then what else do we have here? Exclusive access to music. So I do have a private song catalog with about 100 songs on it, and I only have maybe 30 songs in the marketplace. So that means well over half of the songs that I've created nobody's ever heard. But if you have this token, you will have access to that private link, and you
Right.
can
Right.
listen to this. My charity is Hope for Ukraine. Obviously, we started setting this up a few months ago, and
So
I found this company, and I called them and I spoke with them for a while, and they told me about how they began, which was actually several years before the recent conflict there, and the kind of work that they've been doing, and obviously the outpouring of support that has continued to come, but how even getting more support requires more help to get, and they're sending shipments over there regularly and sending people with supplies and help. So super happy with that charity. So we have 10% going with them. And then it looks like here, royalty statements and revenue statements is where once we get this minted, then I'll be able to upload those so we can see how it's going. Do you have any notes on any of that? That was a lot of talking.
no, like you're great.
Okay,
Super
so
important stuff.
I mentioned a smart contract in there. Can you tell
Yeah.
us what that means?
Yeah, so for those who don't know, whenever an NFT is minted or placed on the blockchain for a purchase, there is something called a contract that's associated with that NFT. And essentially, the smart contract is going to detail everything that's involved with that NFT. For instance, what comes with it, or what the splits are going to look like if they're going to multiple different people, and other things like that. And essentially, that's what ensures what is going to happen, and it's a super like transparent way for both the people who create the NFT and who benefit from the NFT to understand like what happens with it. So it's something that's really important for music artists as well, because as you know, Ash, like right now, there's like split sheets and registering things with PROs and registering things with administrators, and there's the master copy, and then there's the public. There's just a lot in terms of like understanding how to properly register a song to be compensated. And then there isn't a lot of transparency in terms of exactly how much money comes in and gets distributed, or exactly when that money is going to come in and be distributed. And with a
Sure.
smart contract, it's all laid out right there in the open. And
Nice.
transactions happen, the payouts happen instantaneously.
So do you foresee the smart contracts being used in the future? Like as I'm producing right now, I send out a producer agreement, I pay work for hire, but then I also split, like you said, the songwriting part with the producer, but then I want to own the masters, but sometimes I'll delegate a bit of the master royalty over to the producer because maybe he gave me a good price, or maybe to a radio promo person who's going to take on my campaign and pitch it, and they get to be compensated through royalties. So they're more, do you think these kind of contracts will end up being smart contracts?
That is the hope. That's what I would love to see. This degree of transparency is really important, especially for artists that are independent and don't have the necessary representation or backing affiliated with like a label or publisher. I would
Yeah.
love for everything in terms of something like this to move to the blockchain, because essentially it's a public ledger, and there's
Yeah.
a way to delete or destroy any of the information that's on there. So a lot of people who are predatory benefit in the music industry because everything is secret,
Under wraps. Yeah.
under wraps. So when things are out there in the open, no one can say, "Oh, I sent it this day," or "I sent this much," or "Oh, the terms of this," because it's right there in the open.
Yeah.
And I do still think that physical contracts are still important, but to be backed by smart contracts in the blockchain, that's going to make all the difference.
Because that can automate the actual fulfillment. Is that correct? Okay. I think we have a ways to go, but I would love to be one of the
Always to
first,
go.
yeah, people just, I mean, because that can just be so convoluted isn't the right word, but just complex
Yeah.
because it can get convoluted as well, but complex. And there's different times when different people might come in and engage in different ways. So
Exactly.
it's an interesting thing to consider. Let's see. I wanted to ask you about, and this is probably a question I could have asked you offline, but as far as the merchandise that I am going to send out to the people who own this, whether they live in Indiana or Brazil, how does that work? Like they purchase the thing. Does it prompt them to give me their address where I can ship it to?
That's a great question. So essentially, what we do is everyone who makes an account on EQ registers with an email. And the main reason for that is so that the fans can be contacted about any sort of utility that or perks that the artist is offering. So if you have fans that you have to like ship things out to, or that you have to schedule for meet and greets and things like that, we would send you effectively like a CSV and be like, okay, these are the names, these are the emails, these are the people you can reach out to, and then from there you can receive any sort of information you need to be able to fulfill whatever perks come with that NFT.
Got it. Okay. So the onus ends up being on me to like reach out and get the information from them. So if somebody were to buy one of these, they better like look out in their email for when I actually reach out and say,
Let's
"Hey, thank you. Let me
know.
give you your gift."
If they have any questions for us, they can always hit us up at support@EQ.Exchange and we can facilitate any help.
Right. Okay, cool. I was about to stop screen sharing, but then I realized it's probably time that we just do this minting now. So
It's
we
time.
have, yeah. So we have presented all of the details. There are 25 of my cell. We didn't talk about the price. What did I have? I have it at 160 silos, so it's
That's a
about
steal.
$160.
That's a steal.
Yeah. And I only made 25 of them. So I wanted to really like load it up. If we go back to the rewards, like I wanted to load it up with stuff that like you just couldn't get anywhere else. Like not
Yeah.
just timing and merchandise, but like and streaming royalties, but like sitting in on a session and being involved. So and then obviously if I do sell all of these, that can pretty much pay for my next song or music video.
Yeah.
So this is
Deal.
a really awesome opportunity. So what's gonna happen when I click start minting?
What do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know. Should we just do it? Let's
Just
do it.
do it. Don't be scared.
Okay. So I'm definitely connected already. It wants me to do, okay, create a new EQ account or use an existing one. Okay. Um, I did this the other day, but I don't remember what we did. So I just send it
You
again.
said you already
Oh,
logged
I
in,
see.
right?
Okay. So basically, I need to go open my email. Don't worry, I got this.
Oh, okay, got it.
You still see the same tab, but I'm
Yeah,
working in the
no
background. Okay.
worries.
Okay. So it gives me yes. So you have to go to your email to log in, and then come back here. Come back to this tab after you click your magic link. Okay, I'm logged in. I can close the window. I'm coming back. All right, minting summary. Note, your wallet will be tied to the NFTs to be minted. That means that my wallet's tied, so when somebody buys it, the money goes to me.
Exactly.
Copy that. Token supply 25, estimated price in US dollars 162. Start minting. Your minting is processing. Please check the wallet to confirm the transaction. Okay. Now, we're processing. Now, this process is pretty real time, right? Once the minting,
Yeah,
is that like the
it
solidification
shouldn't
of the
take
smart
like
contract?
yeah, exactly. So the whole point of minting is like basically you're agreeing, okay, this is going to affect and this is going to be available at this date, at this time, for this amount to be able to, to be purchased, and whatever is in the smart contract is valid.
Cool. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So I just went to
Okay.
view NFT. So yeah, so it's inactive because it starts tomorrow at noon.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay,
And they're
that's
going to
very.
see us one more time.
Yes, they are, because tomorrow when we go live, I just want to obviously like blast it out, shout it out. I want to explain
Yeah.
it again. It'll be much less of the lengthy informational thing, but basically I want to shout out a lot of my artist friends. Like this is a great opportunity, especially if you have an engaged fan base, especially if you want to do something cool for them, if you're growing your email list, if you're growing your, your following on social media, if you're trying to get more streams or more support. I mean, there's so many ways to leverage this and to make connections. And I'm so thankful that I was able to take my time with you guys and kind of learn this
Yeah, of
as
course.
we go and adjust it to what I feel like for me that it has value, and that also it's something fun and I can just start small and, moving forward, you can make more, if you will.
Yeah. No, you explained it perfectly, and I just love the fact that you're so knowledgeable already on the space. And I hope that any creators, especially who are watching, are encouraged to learn more about the space. And you could always DM me on EQ.Exchange account. So on Instagram, we're EQ.Exchange, and on Twitter, we're EQ_exchange. We just recently will be launching our magazine, EQ Mag. So if you go to EQ.Exchange, that's our website, you'll be able to see all the cool updates, and check out the links in all of our bios on social as well, especially if you're an artist that's interested in distribution and marketing, financial services, creative services. We've got you on all those fronts. So check
Amazing.
out our bio, and then you'll be able to see more from that.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you helping me to explain all of this.
Of course.
And I wonder if anybody has any questions before we log off here. It looks like even now, just some people are hopping on, and I'm looking through our chat comments. We got some support out here. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for showing love. And and just to clarify one more time, if one of my artist friends says, "Hey, I want to maybe do this," I can just send them straight to EQ Exchange, and
Yeah.
you're gonna receive them. Okay.
Yeah, of course, of course. So, like we're so excited to continue to be bringing artists into the space. So bring them through.
Okay. Guys, I'm gonna give you one more minute if you have any questions for Lottie or for me, and if not, then that's gonna be our time here. But we're back tomorrow. The launch is at noon, so I actually have a
We'll
couple
be
people
on
who
at
are
11:30, just so we can get a
11:30.
little bit of prep
Yes,
time, and then
good idea.
it'll go live while we're still on the call, and then we'll be able to help you guys with any kind of troubleshooting for the next half hour after it goes live.
Perfect. All right, I have a feeling I'm gonna get some messages after we get off here, but
Listen, send them my
yeah,
way, or send them to support at EQ. Actually, no, yeah, send them my way, because support is
okay,
like after it goes live. But until
got
then,
it.
any sort of questions, yeah, you can just
No
send.
problem. Okay, well, thanks, Lottie. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you
Bye,
tomorrow.
everybody. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.